3 months ago, I ran this road for the first time. 10 miles of hills and just silence. And I called it a war run. It was a run that really tested my ability of running. It made me realize how punishing hills can make a run be. And I ended up running that run pretty slow for my average easy miles at the time. But now I'm back once again for war run number 2. And this time I'm not stopping at 10 miles. I'm doing a full mock half marathon. We're going 13.1 miles to really see if my legs can handle the distance, but also with all of the hills. Whew. Alrighty, 3 miles into this 13.1 mile run, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not paying attention to my heart rate at all. I'm just running based on feeling comfortable, and I'm feeling pretty comfortable, which I'm saying this because I did look at my heart rate right at the start of the run, like a mile into the run, and it's a little higher than I would like for an easy run. But this is a mock half marathon run, so just got to run it how I want, which obviously, like I said, I'm not running race pace. Goal is like 9:15 average pace, but right now the average pace is 8:42, which is a little faster, but there's two things that are making my heart rate higher than it normally would be running at this pace. First one being obviously the hills. I'm not slowing my pace significantly when I get to the hills. I'm just keeping the same pace, same effort. So it's gonna naturally make my heart rate rise and take a little bit to fall. But the second reason is, where is it? Big yellow right there. Normally I run early in the morning when it's dark out, and that's to avoid big yellow. But I'm at my parents' house this weekend, and I mean, I'm running in the middle of nowhere, so it'll be very unsafe and kind of stupid for me to run in the dark on a county highway or county road in the middle of the forest. I would just be asking to get hit. So we're out here running noon right now, middle of the day, and big yellow is making my run a little bit harder than it should be, but that's all right. And someone decided to wear a black shirt as well, so I'm feeling good. So I'll see you in a few more miles. Oopsie, 5 miles.
49 seconds.
But at the top of this hill right here, I mean actually probably right about here, is where I turned around on that original war run, because that was just a 10-mile run. So 5 miles one way, 5 miles back. But yeah, I've come a long way in my running journey, and making the most out of this run. We still holding a 8:45 average pace. So yeah, another mile and a half, and we're turning around and heading back. Let's get it. Alrighty, 6.5 miles into this run, halfway there. Let's go, baby. But energy's still high, but big yellow still keeping me nice and warm in this black shirt. So could use some H2O, but I'm in the middle of nowhere, so I ain't gonna get that which is fine. Not gonna, I mean, might affect the rest of this run, but I'm not gonna let it. But these hills are, whew, I mean, I call it a war run for a reason. Oh, we got a car coming. I call it a war run for a reason. The hills are meant to kill my legs while running a far distance. That's the whole point. So, man, they're doing their job, so I can't complain about that. But it's just weird to think that like 3 years ago, for sure, like 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it was, I remember telling myself that I would never run. Like I never thought I would be able to run even like a 5K. Like, even though I played soccer, very physically active kid, and I always was like, oh, I'll never run. I hate running. And then about 6 to 7 months ago, I ran my first half marathon race. That was the farthest I'd ever run. Very minimal training leading up to that race, because a few months prior I got injured, and then I like barely ran at all, and was still able to show up to that race and run hour and 46 half marathon. And now comes today where I'm running a half marathon in training. Obviously not at race pace, but I'm running the distance. And like I said, a few years back, I would have never thought I would run 3 miles in one go. I just hated running back then, and never thought I would run by choice. But here I am, and I just love what running does for me now. Ten miles into this we're 10 miles into this 13.1 mile run. Just got 5 kilometers left. 3.1 miles. Ran that distance so many times, but I want to touch on something like about 7.25 miles in. Oh my! I had 5 miles left of the run, and I was done. I was out of it. I mean, I was thinking, man, for once I brought my phone on this run. I could just call my mom and she could come pick me up. It's not that big of a deal. This run was only just a test run, you know. These thoughts in my head telling me this, telling me that, and then out of nowhere, I mean, had to pull out a Mbappe 2022 World Cup final performance, and just like how in that game Argentina was 2-0 up, the script was saying Messi was winning that game, winning the World Cup, and then Mbappe tore that script up, said, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing, and went on to bring France back alive to go into extra time. And out of nowhere, that's how it was. All of a sudden I just got this second wind, and now the last 2 miles were 8:40 and 8:30 pace. We're back in this run, and I tore up that script. I said, I ain't gonna call my mom. I said I was running a half marathon today, and now I'm running it because this is a war run, and I'm going to war. 13.1 miles complete, average pace of 8:41. Whew. That is a little over 30 seconds faster than the goal pace. Last time I ran on these hills, on this road. The hills owned me, and they almost owned me again today, but like I said, after 7 miles, I was ready to be done. But kept pushing, and all of a sudden I got my second wind out of nowhere for some reason. And then the last 5 miles was some of the fastest miles of the run. I mean, that last mile I think was around like 8:15, 8:20, I think. I'm really happy with that. What was the average heart rate? Let's see. Average heart rate was 162 beats per minute. I'm really happy with that run, and that's War Run number 2 complete and absolutely smashed. I owned that run, and 3 weeks to go till my race. I'm ready to go. I am ready to go. Obviously, these 3 weeks I'll still be training, but I'm really happy with where I'm at. Now, I'll check back with you guys later. It is a few days after my mock half marathon training run, and the question I posed at the start of this video is, could I handle a hilly route and running 13.1 miles 3 weeks out from my half marathon PR attempt? And although there were points within the run where I struggled a little bit and it seemed I was gonna quit the run, it is more important to note that I bounced back from those moments, and I bounced back even stronger than how I started the run. I ran faster the last 5 miles after almost quitting the run, and that is so much more important than the fact that I actually struggled at one point in the run, because that shows how committed I am to this PR attempt and to my training. A little pain isn't going to stop me from achieving my goals and dreams. So I would say, with that in mind, I did handle this 13.1 mile run on a hilly route. I handled it pretty well, and I owned the last 5 miles of that run, and that is so important, being 3 weeks out from my PR attempt, because even though this training run wasn't ran at race pace, it still was the distance, and it was on a very hilly route. So those hills taxed the legs more than a flat route will. I am looking forward to the race in 3 weeks and achieve my goal of a sub 140 half marathon. But anyways, if you want to continue watching, you can watch this video right here that is all about why I haven't quit YouTube after 3 years of little to no growth. Remember to stay relentlessly intentional and playfully serious.